Welcome, Rohan. Retired in the stock market session 9+1. We're almost there. April 27th, 2025. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Eric?
Very good. On session 12, you are required to make a presentation. About 3 minutes, you're going to present on how to retire into the stock market. Think of it like you're presenting the college students who graduated from Harvard,
Uh-huh.
and you do like a Harvard, they call Harvard address. And they have alumni or somebody famous give a little speech and say, hey, you guys are going to do great. You just basically going to, and the important thing is you're talking to a young audience that doesn't know about trading. That's the important thing. Because when you talk to most people, they don't know about the stock market beyond buying stock. A lot of them don't even have a stock market account.
Mm.
So when you say I write and cover calls, they don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
When you say spreads or poor man's cover call, these things, they have no idea what you're saying. And when you say you're going to get 5% a month income, or you're going to get back 30% return on a leap, they have no idea what you're talking about. So you have to make it like you're talking to a young person, okay? And it's going to go something like this, open your account. And a lot of people have not opened their account yet, and they haven't done that. They need to do that if they want to do stocks. So it's like people stay in their comfort zone. They need to break
Yeah.
out of their comfort zone. Okay, so you encourage them to open an account at Schwab or Fidelity. Put a couple grand in there. You don't have to really put a lot of money in there. Just start. $100. I start with
Yeah.
$100. But I build it up over time. You know, and some people will get stuck right there. They'll say, "Oh, I have the money to do stocks." But the reason that you're doing stocks is so you can get money. If you had a lot of money, you wouldn't need to do stocks.
Yep.
So you build it up, and then you buy your first 100 shares. Recommend a stock, Palantir or something. McDonald's for a dividend, Palantir for a cover call, Tesla for a long term.
Yep.
We talk about a couple different strategies. Dividends, we know what that is. Cover call income monthly. You say weekly on the puts. You can talk about that strategy if you want. Leap, you know, and then also share growth. Just holding a stock that's doing great, Chipotle or Netflix or something that has a long-term uptrend, 10-year
Right.
chart. You can mention stock selection. We're not going to pick any stock. We pick a higher price stock that's doing great over time, has a PE, means it makes money, etc. Cover call has to be 5% on the option chain. Pull up the option chain. Go to all this real basic. And talking about bringing in, let's say, 5% a month on the cover call, let's say 5% a year on dividends, and maybe share growth might be 10% a year, average. You can see Netflix or something like that that has 90 90 full return since it started. So it's more than 10% a year. But you're gonna tell them to select good stocks that go up over time so they can get the benefit of share growth, right? Share growth, dividends, and then trading. You know, cover calls, leaps. You can mention naked puts or cash covered puts, same difference. And you're not gambling because you have a strategy. You have the knowledge on how to, one, select stocks, two, how to trade the stocks, and three, you have the philosophy of your money management, which is how to manage the money. Let's say you mentioned you want to make 5K a month. We talked about it needs to be 10K because you can only spend half what you make, correct?
Yes.
You follow me on that?
Yep. Yep.
So then divide the trade to make 10K. For example, Tesla, if you're getting, I do some work in my journal.
Mm-hmm.
On Tesla, I have 1625 a month. So that's $1,600 and 25 a month, right? So if I was going to do 10,000, which I mean we need to do, you would just go $10,000, which is the goal, divided by 1625.
Right.
What
Six
do we
point
get?
one five.
6.15, which is, let's round it up because I don't want to force it or make it easy.
Right.
7 contracts. 700 shares of Tesla will get you 10K a month. 7 times 1625 is what we got. Make a little bit more because you want extra money for Starbucks and Netflix stream and to take your kid out to dinner and take your wife out to dinner. So find your number. That's important. Your number is 11,000 or 10,000 or 5,000. The way you do that, we talked about that, is you take the amount of money you want to make, right? Let's say you want to make this much. Divided by the return you're going to make on the cover calls, let's say 5%. But you can do 3% if you want to make it easy. But this is, if I put divide by 5%, because Tesla makes 5%. And this is what I got. So you understand the concept is if you have A and B, you can solve for C, correct?
Right.
A is the amount of money you want to make monthly, 11,000.
Yep.
B is the return you're going to make on the cover calls. And you can say average, it's not like you're going to put all your money in one basket. But if all the investments, Palantir, Tesla, etc., Hood, gets you 5% or more, then you can just say 5%.
Right.
So A is the amount of money you'll make, 11,000. B is divided by 5%, 0.05. And then C is what you need right here, equals C.
The total.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then it's that easy. And that's an important number. So you can build your trades to make that money. You need 220K in a 5% return a month to get 11K. Now, is that
Right.
doable?
Yeah.
Now, if I talk to somebody off the street that had none stocks, are they going to have this plan in their financial future that's never done a
No.
trade? No.
No. They
They're
have to grow
thinking of,
slowly.
what does a dude off the street thinking, how are they going to retire? What are they thinking? What's their plan?
Not sure.
That doesn't have this knowledge. They're probably thinking, oh, well, I'm going to work a long time, save money, maybe do my own business, but not really. There's no details.
Yeah.
This is details right here.
Right.
This is why you take the course so you can get a detail. This is exactly what you need. Doesn't need to be in Tesla. It could be other stocks, but I Tesla a lot. That's a good start. Good foundation, and it'll get you the money monthly, yearly, leap. Here I have another picture behind me. You know what this is behind me?
An options chart, but I don't know which
Yeah,
stock.
it doesn't matter. It's an option chain, and I put the year. I put the year there. Go out
Right.
1 year.
Leap.
With the option chain, we write this down. With the option chain, you can write your own paycheck. Literally, because you take 100 shares, whatever it is, Palantir, Tesla. You can write weekly, get, I don't know, a few $100s. You can write monthly, get $1,600. On the leap, I have Tesla 3 year. I have Tesla 38%. Hang on. No, 35%. The 340 strike on Tesla. Now, Tesla's 285 right now. The 340 strike for the leap is paying $100, which is $10,000 back.
Right.
35% return. So we invest 28K today, right now, in Tesla. Right, a 340 leap for 3 years out, 2.5 years out. 340 strike, which is 285, 15, 40, 65 points higher. You got
Right.
65 points of share growth. Okay. Which is another $6,500 you can make. Okay. You're going to get 100 points back, which is $10,000 back. Maybe more with the bid if you put a limit. And that's a 35% return. Cash up front. Your investment's in play. Cash back in your account, buying power. Start doing more trades, stacking.
Right.
And just with that alone, if I handed you $10,000 as a Rohan in 3 years, pay this money back to me. You have 3 years to do what you want to do with it.
Right.
However, you don't gotta pay it back because it's gonna probably decay. Okay,
Okay.
and you're gonna probably get another 6,500 because that's will probably be higher. The only way you're gonna break even on that is if Tesla goes down from today 100 points. So if Tesla was 180 in 3 years, that's the only way you're gonna break even. If it was 185 in 3 years, which is probably not gonna happen. But if it did happen, you still have the benefit. Still have the benefit of investing that money for 2.5 years, 3 years. And then that's not counting trading the cover call. Hey, look,
Yeah.
you explained, you sold it for 20, buy back for 14, sold it for 20, buy back for 10, sold it for 30, sold it for 100. This is what you think we sold leave for 100, buy back for 70. Wow,
Mhm.
easier said than done, but you have plenty of time to play this ups and downs, and whether you trade or not, you're going to get money regardless whether you have the basic strategy of writing the leap or writing the cover call and let it expire or let it get assigned. Whether you try to trade it, you're going to have a benefit both ways.
Right.
And that knowledge is not available to the person off the street. So when you do your presentation, you're going to explain this in a real easy roundabout way. And you're going to say, this is the money this is money you're going to get. You pay your bills. Let's say your bills are, I don't know, 4,000, and then you want to have another 4,000 to spend this 8,000. So now you need to do 16,000, right? Because you want to do double because you want to spend half. If your bills are 3,000, put a little more, because you want extra money. So another 3,000 to spend 6,000. And you do a trade for 12,000. So maybe your number is really 12,000 because you don't want to be tight, but I'll let you decide. Questions, and then at the end of the presentation, that's your gift to yourself. That's your plan.
Yep.
You're gonna perform that plan, and a big part of that is starting to pay your bills through your account, because I'll
Right.
talk about all these trades, and if you still work and never pay your bills, you're not doing the process. And when you start paying your bills and you see money coming out of your account, then you really start thinking, like, now it's going to force your hand to do really accurate trades and take the time to. I know you study. I know you take the time, but you're going to take the time to be careful and to make your best, not a random trade, not gambling, just your best trade that you're going to
Yeah.
that you plan, that you're doing a forecast, you do your research, do your math, your numbers, your accounting, you have your journal. Questions?
No, I mean, I have done some bad trades. Like mainly, I've been doing a lot of trades in the last 2 months, every week pretty much. I've done some bad trades, some good trades, and from the bad trades, it's definitely a good experience, an eye opener, and I'm able to afford that. Because I mean, of course, I have your guidance. I reach out to you for help and all. But from those bad trades, I've learned quite a bit what not to do, what to do, and stuff. So, uh, and of course, I might continue doing bad trades, or it's just that it might not be in my hands. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think you're a good trader, but you don't need to be a good trader to make money to be rich in the stock market. Because if you just rely on dividends, which kind of come by themselves, just
right,
own the shares, get the dividend. Cover calls, whether you're doing weekly or monthly or yearly, just write it. Don't even have to trade it. Just write it and wait, you know.
yeah,
And then the share growth, we know good stocks will continue to be good.
yeah,
Sometimes they don't, but for the most part, good
right,
stocks are going to go up. Hot topics. If you use our 12 stock selection, I think it's pretty good. You know, there's other stock selection, but if you have a 10-year chart, you have a PE, you're starting to get these principles of success and picking winning stocks, dividends, cover calls, stock splits. These things I think are all like ingredients to a cake. You bake a cake. You want sugar, you want flour, you want butter, you want maybe some chocolate chips. If you left out baking soda, if you left out one thing, it's not going to be right. So you're basically baking a cake, all these ingredients to have stock selection and to do a proper investment and to get the money. Timing, patience.
Yeah.
Question on that.
No, no, that's good.
Okay, so you'll be able to do your presentation in session 12.
Okay.
Okay.
That's 3 sessions out, right?
Yes, 10, 11, 12. Yes. You mentioned your current strategy on weekly puts and monthly cover calls. That's fine. Weekly puts, that's fine. Monthly cover calls, that's fine. The weekly, I find it more challenging because more things can go wrong. Okay.
Mhm.
Stock can take you on a roller coaster ride, and then you don't know which one to write, and then stock can go down, and then you write the low one, and then it goes up, and then it goes down. So sometimes, like if you do a monthly cover call, I find out that stock price will go back to exactly the same price it was a month ago. But during the week, it's going all this. That's what I kind of find. So I don't like to do weekly, but when I do weekly, I won't complain. But there's one reason. You said you got 50 cents. I like to get at least $1, okay, which is $100 per contract. That's like my minimum, and that's because. Question for you: Why would you not? What would be a reason not to get 50 cents or $50 per contract on your trade? Why would you not want to do that? Do you know why? Can you think of a reason?
No, why would I not want to get 50 cents, or why would I not want to get $1 on the contract?
Either one. Why would you not want to do that?
No, I would like to get $1, right?
Right,
I
but why
mean,
would
sure,
why would you why would that not be a good thing?
unless it's like, I mean, it depends on the volatility of the stocks, and right now,
The
with
risk.
all the news coming out, the risk, yes, right,
If the risk isn't worth it, right? So you're thinking about a couple of things. One, is it worth it? Like if you want to get your money back, okay?
right.
So if you have 100, if you do a naked put, I want you to know. By the way, do you know the maintenance for a cash covered put in your account? You said you have that. You're going to level 2, level 3. The maintenance, which is they're going to hold this amount of money to do this. What are you doing weekly puts on what stock?
So weekly puts, I do it on, sometimes I do it on Amazon.
Amazon,
I've done it on Hood. I mainly do it on Hood.
Hood.
Uh, yeah,
Okay, good. Amazon or Hood, right?
yes,
So when you sell a naked put or a cash covered put, they're going to hold exactly a certain amount. Do you know what that
okay,
amount is? It's your maintenance.
yeah, yeah.
You know what the
Uh,
amount is?
no, no, I don't know how
It's
much that.
basically for the cash covered put. It's basically going to be the share price of buying 100 shares
Right,
minus your premium. So if Hood's 49, let's say 50, so that's $5,000. Okay, and then let's say you get 50 cents. You said, but you're going to probably get $1 for Hood. So let's put $1. So now you probably get $1 for Hood. So the cost, that's $100. So the cost maintenance will be $4,900. Okay,
hmm,
4,900. That'll be your maintenance, and you're getting 100. You're getting 1 point, which is my minimum. You can get 50 cents if you want, but
right,
try to get 1 point, and that'd be $100. So the reason you wouldn't want to do that is because it's 5,000 investment. It's $100 a good return on your investment. Let me see here, because they're going to hold 100 shares to do a naked put. 100 divided by 5,000, 2% return
right.
a week. So maybe you can get 4 times 8% return a week. Is that a proper return for you?
Yeah, yeah,
The other thing, the other reason why you want to do it is because of the risk. Like if the stock can go down to that price you're writing, and it happens, I don't know, if it happens a certain amount of times every blue moon, then is it going to wipe out all these 50 cents dollars you're getting? You see,
right.
because when I teach you your strategy, this is very clear. This is really what you hear me say this. If you're getting 5% on, let's say, Tesla or Palantir, that's 50% after a year. or 60% if you do 12, but let's say you do 10 because you want to make it easy. Okay, so on Palantir, if 50% on Palantir, I have 850. Like right now, Palantir
Yep.
is 113, 112.78. If you write the 120 for next month, 30 days, you'll get 850, which is 7.5%, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So if you're getting 7.5% times 10 cover calls a year, 75%. And let's just say 5 because I don't want to say 7, then you look at your opportunity, it's only 5. 5 is still 50%. And you're going to outperform the stock movements over a year at 50% return. And after 2 years, you're going to have 100% return.
Yeah.
That's the plan. See, I have it all math. That's the plan. So in that way, in my mind, you can't really lose. You just have to be patient. There's certain things that can happen. They can go down, they can go up, it can throw you off, but you're making good decisions on where you write it. And then, if you want to buy it back, you want to let it expire and then buy it back and wait till it dips. I always say, try to wait till it dips, be patient, buy it
Yep.
back, try to wait till it swings up. Either you're writing a cover call or you're selling. If you don't write puts, wait till it dips, write the put because you get more money when it dips.
Yep.
Swings up, buy it back, buy the put back. Write a cover call, ideally you buy the shares. You can always write the cover call. But
Yep.
ideally, when I wait till it swings up, write a cover call, get more money. When it swings back down, you can buy it back if you're trading, which is hard, difficult, but it's there for you. You did some trades, you know what it means. You know what I
Yep.
mean.
Yep. No, so that's what I did for hood. So actually I did a put for 1 month out. It was at 101. I got $1.80 uh, with a strike price of 33 when it was at when the hood was trading at $41. I did a strike price of 33 1 month out. I got $1.80 or something
180.
like that. What is that?
180.
180. Yeah. And
So,
then
but hold that thought. I'm just going to do this. 180, 1.8. 1.8 divided by 33.
yep,
5.45%, which is a great return.
that's right. Yep.
And however, Hood went up to 49 now.
Yeah. So the thing is, I what I did was when the hood went up to 44, 45, I bought that covered call back and I got $100 in 5 days. So
Wonderful.
yeah, I took that trade and 5 days, and then again I reinvested and did a similar trade again with the put and bought it back. So that way I'm just growing and just getting that additional income without even buying the share.
If you're accurate and your trade's decent, you can make a lot of money on the weeklies.
Right.
So keep me abreast of that. I'd like to know how you're doing. Good luck with that. Congratulations. And then the monthly, I think for me, the monthly is my bread and butter. But
Yeah.
and then I like to do the leaps also. So your strategy is fine. Just keep working on it.
Yeah.
Just perfect it.
My monthly, I do covered calls monthly. That is the best strategy I've seen that works for me. uh, and what you have guided on that I mean it works very well with all the stocks. So I just do monthly covered calls, go 1 month out, 30 35 days out, um, and yeah, just wait. Normally I might start doing a roll 1 week out if it's in the money, or I have not yet had any share assignment so far. Uh, but I might have it this time, and I'm okay with that because pretty much all my stocks are in profit. So I'll take the profit and the additional premium that I've got and move on. And
Um, you should let it assign just so you can have that experience. You'll see it cashes out over the weekend, and then Monday
Mhm.
you have the cash, and then you can what I do wait for the price to come back,
Right, come down.
dip a little bit ideally, and then do another trade. But sometimes what happens, the market's strong, the stock keeps going up, and I just buy it back higher because I don't want to lose any more, you know.
Time,
So
right?
so it tests you. So it tests your patience. So you have to
Yeah.
decide if you want to be patient, want to wait, You know, if you wait a whole month and don't do the trade, you lost the whole month, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't have that luxury, you know, working for Mr. Morgan to wait a month and not do a trade, because then you're not making any money, you know.
Yep. Yep.
But ideally, you know, you get in, you do the trade, and you make the money. Cover calls are great because you just kind of like sell it and then wait.
Yeah.
You have any more to tell me about that?
No, so far things are good. No, nothing much on that. I mean, I make good. I mean, so I have like Tesla, I have Palantir, Hood. So I've been doing covered calls on those.
Wonderful. Now you said your positions are in the money. What do you do now? A couple things on my strategy for when they go in the money. First of all, congratulations. I wrote my hood at 42.
Uh-huh.
42.
So you did a put or a, oh, you wrote
Cover
covered
call.
call, right?
Cover call. Yeah, 42. And it just went, now it's 49.
49,
You know,
yeah.
and the 42 I had share growth on the 40. I think it was 40. I went to 42. Now it's 49. So I'm gonna probably buy it back at the last day, but I could let it aside and see what the price is. The last day you have the least amount of premium, least amount of what we call extrinsic value.
Right.
Mostly it's going to be dollar for dollar in the money.
Yep.
But like if you bought it, if you bought the stock back at 40, let's say 49,
Right.
and you went to Coca Cola when it was 40, you went to 42, got good money. I don't remember what I got. I got good, maybe $4. And now the stock's going up. Now you get a sign. If you buy back Friday for 49, and then Monday it goes down to 45, then you've lost 4 points. It's just you've been, you know, not patient.
Yeah.
So just try to be patient and see. Go ahead and let a couple of your positions get assigned so you can go through the process of that. You can see it come out of your account, come back in. Don't be afraid to do that. And then be patient, try to wait till it comes back to your price to get in again. But like I said, you can't wait forever. I like to do it in 3 days, right? Right? Wait for 3 days. Wait 1, 2, or 3 days to trade. And that's really all you can really do if you want to get a monthly. That's not, 3 days is going to blow your week anyways if you're doing weekly. But I think 3 days is pretty good to do a month. And then sometimes if I do end up waiting a week and then do the trade and wait 2 weeks, I'll just write the further cover call. So when I say write the cover call 3 to 7 weeks, sometimes what I'm doing, it's April. So normally I would write May, but
Right.
if the time passed and you know I'm waiting, I'm probably end up writing June. So now I skipped a month. You see, that's why I ended up doing 10 cover calls a year. 10 good cover calls over 12 average cover calls. Quality over quantity. Very important. So you may end up only doing 10 cover calls a year if you're doing it monthly because you're waiting for that time. You can always push it back to do the next one a month later. And remember, you know, I remember your pound share was down, I think on a
Right.
put, and it was sort of a big loss. So going out, you know, a couple months can either reduce the loss or even completely turn it around if you go farther
Right.
out.
Yeah.
But like we have so much advantage when we're writing options because really, if we sell the put, let's say we sell Palantir for 113 tomorrow,
Yeah.
and it goes to 100. Now we're at 13 points. We have it. Let's say we get, I don't know, $9 premium. Now it goes 13 points down to 100. So we still have a $400 loss. We can literally take that loss and just move it 3 months out. April, May, June, go to July, and that loss now turns to a gain because now we just push it out, more premium.
Yeah.
We spent the time. The time is valuable. We did spend the time, but we turned basically a losing trade into a winning trade by just pushing it forward. They call rolling it,
Right.
and it's there's a way to always bring the money back in. So
No, the loss on that Palantir, which I took, I have already recovered all that, and I'm into profit with
wonderful.
the covered calls. You know.
Now,
So
sometimes a loss like that would take you 3 months to recover. So, congratulations.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if I had held on to it, it was at I was going to be assigned at like pretty much at $116, and the Palantir basically recovered to almost 113 now in 2 months' time, right?
But let me tell you something. You get no respect for holding on to it. Can I tell you why? Because then you're not trading. You're not making
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
People will tell me, "Oh, look, my Microsoft went up 20% last year. I don't have to trade it." But you get no respect because if you have Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, it goes up 10%, 20%, even 30% a year. You can't pay bills with that.
yep,
Um, you have to pay bills. You have to write a cover call, or you have to get a big fat dividend.
yeah,
You don't have those two things. You just have share growth in your account going up. You can't access the money. Also, something that people do, they say, "Oh, my account, my this SPY makes the market makes 50% a year or 12% a year." Not really true because if you were to take that 12% out, you wouldn't get 12%. You would get less because that 12% a year is compounded on leaving 100% of it in. If you start taking money out, you're not going to get the 12%.
yeah,
So the long-term share growth, which people tout as a great thing, is not really so great because you can't live up your account, you can't pay bills. So that's what I'm teaching how to do. I'm teaching how to pay the bills, live with your account, and that includes trading. So you get the respect when you do the trade, we're bringing the money, not just when you hold the stock, because anybody can do that.
yeah,
And at the end of the day, if you're an older person retired, and you start selling shares in your account, at some point you're gonna have zero shares. Not really a plan. So you do
yeah.
have to learn how to trade, to invest, to do cover costs, to do dividends, and ideally do these trades we're teaching.
That makes sense. Narek.
I want to talk about the 5 levels of ability, and we're getting towards the end. Can we do that?
Yes.
So
What was it you said?
it's called the 5 levels of ability.
Okay,
This happens with every field. Doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a lawyer, you work at a grocery store. Now we're doing stock market. It starts at the first level as a novice. A novice is a new person or a person that's not trained. He doesn't really know his job. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. He
right,
doesn't know what he doesn't know. He has to have help. He needs people to help him, and he can't really do his job. He's learning. He's a novice. Sometimes people they stay at this level too long. They end up getting fired, or they're just a liability to the company. Maybe they're
right,
not doing a good job. They're lazy, or they cut corners. Whatever the reason, they're not. They just get stuck in this level. So keep in mind that in every field there's going to be novices. Whether they're new, whether they're just not good employees. You probably in your company have seen employees not a good employee for the company. Maybe he's a novice. Next level is agent. Agent's an important field because it's an important position because an agent can do their job. Big corporation is thronged with agents doing the job, like worker bees, like bees in a beehive. They know what to do. They do the job. The thing about an agent is they don't know how to do other people's jobs. They just know how to do their job. And if they're sick, you need somebody else to replace their job. They don't really know how to train other people. They don't have the knowledge to advance. They're just kind of there doing their job, real basic, but competent. Okay. And the next level is the adepts. Adepts are an important position because the adepts are the supervisors, the managers, the people who you want to promote. Like some people will ask for a promotion and will never get promoted because they're not seen as a leader. They're not seen as an adept. Some people get promoted right away. Hey, we want to get you up here because I want you to be running this place. The manager, adepts know they know their job. They know other people's job. They can train.
right,
They can fill in for other people. If somebody's sick, they can fill in their job. They basically know most everything. They also know the five levels of ability. They know who's higher than them. They know who's lower. They know if you're an agent or not, or a novice or an adept.
Yep.
And if you hear somebody say, "Oh, that's a good doctor. He's really good," or "That's a good money manager," they're talking about an adept. And your goal in life is to retire as an adept, because if you're an adept, you're great, you're excellent, and that's something to strive for. The next level is a champion. Champions have this ability that is just so high, you really can't even rate them. They're just kind of like gifted. They can just do it. A lot of times, they don't need to work very hard. They just are just talented people, and they have either a lot of brains, a lot of smarts, just a lot of know-how, and they perform at just a high level that beyond what other people perform at. Do you follow basketball?
Yes. I mean,
Probably,
not 100%, but yeah, I
you
know
probably
some.
remember Michael Jordan
Yep. Yep.
flying through the air. People
Yep.
like bring the fans in. He brings the fans in. He makes the points. He's basically runs he carries his whole team.
Yeah.
He's a champion, no question. You know, um, and you can't really train someone to be a champion. I mean, Michael Jordan can give basketball classes, but is people that are going to take his basketball class going to be like him?
No. Yeah.
No, no, because he's just, you know, birthright, God gifted.
Right. He's gifted and
Maybe a champion stock market might be like Warren Buffett. Is that fair?
mhm. Yes.
Just,
Yep.
just a model. Like, look what he did, you know? Um, the next level is a veteran. A veteran is kind of like the person who is the scholar, who maybe he was either an adept or champion, or even maybe after decades of experience has the knowledge now to teach it. So the veteran is somebody who is qualified to mentor adepts, champions, and other people because they have that wisdom experience. Okay, now they may not function at the champion level. For example, remember Michael Jordan? Do you remember
Hmm.
they had Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman? Do you remember
Yep.
those?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was their coach? Do you remember?
No. No. I don't know the code.
Their coach was Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson would be like a veteran. He's not there shooting hoops himself, but he can mentor his Michael and Dennis and Scotty. He can mentor them to do
Oh,
better.
right. Right. Okay.
You probably play chess. You play chess on occasion,
Yes.
so you know that there's a grandmaster in
Hmm.
chess.
Hmm.
He may be like a champion,
Yeah.
but he also has a mentor teacher
Right.
that he should make that'll help him do better. Now,
Yeah.
even the mentor teacher may actually not like. I remember Gary Kasparov. I used to follow him, and now there's Magnus Carlsen, these world champions. They also have a mentor teacher, but
Right.
the mentor teacher may even not actually play at their level.
Right. Right.
Maybe they did it one time when they were younger, but they can still give the wisdom, the mentorship to help them do better. So that's a veteran. While you could say, let's say Bill Gates and Warren Buffett know how to do the stock market, and so does Jeff Bezos know how to do the stock market, and so does Elon Musk.
Hmm.
Who it were veterans who created the stock market. Who created the stock market? That the New York Stock Exchange, for example, that would have been done by by veterans because they needed to understand how the whole thing works. So who created the NBA, the whole cathedral to where there's going to be teams that are going to play, can manage all that. It's
Right.
kind of like an apartment owner. You have the renter of the apartment, you have the person who owns the apartment, then you have like the person who owns all the apartments. You know, So the important thing is in any field, you have to understand that if you're a novice, for example, you're not going to make adept money. There's no way. You can have the results of a novice. If you're an adept, if you're an agent, you can have the results of an agent. So you get higher level. Then you're adept, you get the results of an adept. It just comes with the territory. And as you go through your field, whatever field you are, the higher levels will come.
Mhm.
And you can expect to get paid at your level. You can expect that the people, if you deal with other people, that they're going to be at that level. They're not going to be at a higher level. They're at the level where they're the level they're at. Until they advance, they won't get the benefits of the next level. So there you go. Questions on that?
No, I get that.
It's about time. Do you want to go for a little more, or do you want to call it a win?
No, I think this was good, Eric.
Okay, start practicing on your presentation.
Yep.
Make good notes each session. Bring questions to your next session next week, and focus on getting your number. Start building your trades to get your number.
Right.
11,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 5,000 a month,
Mhm.
and see you next week.
Right. Sounds good, Eric. Sounds
Thank
good.
you, sir. Appreciate you, Rohan. Take
Thank
care.
you. Yeah, bye.